Hi there, to anybody who doesn't know me, my name is Martin and I've been working for Deliveroo as well as other companies for around about the last 3.5, 4 years. I have agreed, and I'm very happy to say that I've agreed to become a national and regional rep for the GMB. I'll be fighting basically on your behalf to create a better environment for riders, both locally and regionally and nationally as well. So I wanted to take this opportunity to anybody who doesn't know me to introduce myself a little bit. As I say, I've been a rider for about 3.5, 4 years. Before that, I worked in restaurants, so I've got an idea of both sides of the coin, and obviously I've been a customer as well. So I have got an idea of all the aspects of the delivery apps, apart from actually running a delivery app itself. But I feel like I'm quite aware of all the issues that riders have at the moment, and I'll be really excited to try and do my best for you all. On a personal standpoint, I am a family man. I am a father and a husband. I've got 4 children, one 11, one 9, and then 2-year-old twins. So my hands are quite full, but I will try my best to, if anybody wants to contact me in any kind of way, to always get back to you as much as I can. You might have seen some of my videos before that I've made. I have helped a good few hundred people get insurances paid out by both Deliveroo and Uber. So if you don't know, Deliveroo actually have a sickness insurance. So if you're sick for more than 7 days, you can actually get £35 a day up to day 15, but you have to have been ill for 7 days. I've made some videos about this sort of stuff, so please feel free to go back through the library of videos and find what you need. But other than that, what sort of things do I think are issues for drivers at the moment? Riders, sorry, should I say. So I'll quickly list out the sort of things that I want to fight for on your behalf at a national level. So the first one is the pay floor. Now, the pay floor, I think, is a great idea. I really welcome that Deliveroo are trying to make sure that there is a minimum pay floor for riders. Obviously, hopefully, in an ideal world, we'll all be hitting well above this pay floor. But I do feel, however, that it is not working all the time. Just this morning, I had an order which paid below the pay floor, and quite a long way below the pay floor. I would have needed £1.99 extra on top of that order to make it correct. Now that one was because of the fact that Deliveroo sent me to the shop. It was Morrison's. They sent me to Morrison's about 15 minutes early, so it wasn't ready and I had to wait. And these are things that we need to be looking at with the GMB, making sure that things like wait time are at the very minimum, or if they're not at the minimum, that Deliveroo are committing to pay using the pay floor, make sure that we are paid appropriately if there is a wait time there. So these are the sort of things that I want to fight for on behalf of you, for things like the pay floor. So just to make sure that the pay is always fair for riders every single time. So the second one is probably just as important as the actual fees, is order volumes. I don't know exactly what it's like in every single area, but having spoken to quite a few riders in different areas near me, and from my experience here in Exeter, order volumes are significantly lower than they were before. Now, because the order volumes are lower, this obviously is driving the average fees down, and meaning that more often than not, people are being paid the pay floor. Now, obviously, what we want is for dynamic pricing to kick in and for the fees to go as high as they possibly can within reason, so that Deliveroo doesn't go out of business, obviously. But so I feel like at the moment the app is oversaturated. From every person that I've spoken to in different areas, I've heard the same thing: oversaturated with riders, which obviously is driving the fees down. So I would like to speak to Deliveroo on your behalf to basically ask them what's going on with this, because it does seem like they are onboarding too many drivers, too many riders. And also I think another issue is that within the app, you can select to change your area without there being any control over this. So there's nothing from stopping you basically having hundreds and hundreds of drivers deciding, okay, I want to go and work in Manchester today, and then that's going to completely take all the orders away. So that's another thing that I feel like we need to look at, is having a better control, or Deliveroo, sorry, putting better controls in place when it comes to order volumes. So nextly, this one's about how we are treated in restaurants. So I believe that we should have within the Deliveroo app, when somebody's ordering their food, a button which basically says this restaurant is rider approved, or this restaurant is GMB union approved, or however we decide to word it, with hopefully with Deliveroo's backing. And this will tell a customer that this is a restaurant that treats their riders with respect, make sure that riders have access to any facilities that are there, toilets, hand washing, etc., etc. This is a restaurant that doesn't leave riders waiting for an unnecessarily long amount of time, or if there is a long wait, communicates with riders well. This is something that I feel like would need to be voted for by the riders. I don't know exactly how this would happen, but I do think it's a good idea, because I think as an end customer, you do care about how restaurants, people in general, I think, do care about how restaurants will be treating people that are riding for companies like Deliveroo. So I think this might be a good idea to try and sort of bridge this gap that sometimes there is between the worker in the restaurant, the worker in the shop, and the Deliveroo driver, and just try and bring a bit of unity. So the next thing I like Deliveroo to do is to do a rider check-in scheme. So this would be basically when, say, if a rider always on Deliveroo is riding for 40 hours a week, every single week, forever and ever and ever, always working 40 hours a week. Suddenly this driver, for whatever reason, doesn't deliver at all on Deliveroo. At the moment, there's nothing in place to check on this person. So it's almost like a well-being check. I think that they should be doing something about this, because a lot of people that I know are unaware that there are insurances in place. So that rider might be ill for a week, might be really sick, and then decide to come back to work because they can't afford to take another week off. Now, what I think Deliveroo needs to be doing is stepping in here, saying, right, you've been off work for a week. It's absolutely fine for you to come back to work as long as you're fit and well. But we just want to make you aware that the insurances are in place, so there is some kind of protection against your earnings. Now, I know it's not the full amount, but at least it might make some people that are quite ill decide, maybe I'll stay at home because there is some kind of insurance there for me. I also would like to talk to Deliveroo about the Rodeo app. Currently, there is a bit of a grey area with the Rodeo app. A lot of cyclists, a lot of people have told me that they do not want to use the Rodeo app because they're worried that they will be expelled from the platform. I can tell you that is that I'm using the Rodeo app. I have had communication with the guys at Rodeo. They have told me that I can use it, but it's completely up to me whether I use it, and they can't guarantee that my app will be completely secure. So that is definitely something I need to tell you right now. I think the Rodeo app is a very good way of monitoring your earnings and seeing what's going on, and it's a good way of comparing different apps together. So I would like to speak to Deliveroo and basically say to them, why in the world have you got a problem with this Rodeo app? It's giving your riders, a bit more knowledge about what's going on with their money. So I don't feel like there's any reason why they should not allow riders to use this Rodeo app. So I'd like them to come out with a statement basically saying, we endorse the use of the Rodeo app and nothing will come back on your account if you use it. So lastly, the last thing I want to talk to you about is basically I want to get your input. What sort of things would you like me to ask? When I go for a meeting with Deliveroo, with all the other reps at head office, what things do you want me to ask about? If there's pressing issues that a lot of people want me to ask about, then of course I will ask the question. But I hope this is, I don't know, I hope you're excited as I am. I'm hoping we're going to make some changes. Obviously, the last thing I need to say is, if you're not already a member of the union, please join up. I've been a member. I haven't had to use it to help me with any account issues or anything, but I know that they have managed to reactivate people that have been deactivated, and it's been proven that it wasn't their fault. So it does give you some protection there. Hopefully I shall speak, well, hopefully I won't speak to too many of you soon, but it would be nice to get some feedback. Okay, catch you next time. Thanks, bye.